All right, here we are live. Yeah, you can see that. And here's the cover. How about that? Just messing around tonight, having some fun, getting some work done. And I didn't put the logo and all that in there, or my I didn't put anything up in here in this area here yet, but this is partially my own lettering. I made Anarch, the word Anarch in 3D. I did that. Anarch Angels, or Anarchist Angels, basically, which implies that they do not like governments telling people what to do. So, and they're not a government themselves, really, but they do help the people when they're asked. And sometimes when they're not asked, I guess. I don't know. Just making a joke there, but anyway, I thought it looked pretty good. As promised, I just thought I would show you some of my progress here. What else do I got here? What else? Was in the right place. Wrong file. Where is it? Is this it? Do I open it twice? Probably. So yeah, here we go. Got this. This is lettered now, so I'm gonna it just looks really good, man. Might have to darken the boat down here a little bit. Might have to pop that more or put some detail around. I gotta do something. I think maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell, or something. It needs a little something. Maybe I'll enlarge it a little bit. I don't know. I could grab it with the lasso. There's a lot of stuff. I added some other details on the other page. On the other page, on page 1, let me show you that. So, is this it? That doesn't look like it. Is it on the desktop? Where is it? Close that. Oh, that can't be it. Oh, okay. Is this it? No, that's not it. What is it? You're looking down. I guess I'll have to look in downloads. I hope I didn't delete it. I don't think I did. Well, that's. Well. Sorry. Oh, wait, this might be it. Yeah, this is it. All right, I better save this. So here's page 1. Look at that. And I still might add a little bit more, but here, oh yeah, I added some blacks in the clouds. I popped him out a little more with some darker. You might not notice it, but I basically darkened some of the reflections on his armor. There, he's a little more. He's like half UFO, half man. You have to read the comic. I can't fully explain it as well as I can through art, but there's the clouds, and think I need to put some more. I don't know. I don't want to get too carried away. I might, but yeah. I made the moon a little more because somebody said the sun, so I added some more detail with it, and then they were like, "Okay, yeah, that's definitely, it definitely looks like the moon." I was like, "Cool." And I got rid of some of the text because it was just, I didn't have enough room for it, and it wasn't really completely necessary. I don't want it, you know what I mean? Uh, I just have them saying, "Whoa, they got a 50 cal now." I got rid of the whole. I think they were ready for us, or so, or they were expecting us, and just wrote, "Whoa." This is airstrike. I'm gonna have a little. The comic is gonna come with a little a long time ago on a planet far, far away. Well, there's going to be like a little prologue, and then there's going to be each of the characters is going to be sketched out. You know what I mean? I'm going to have a nice, like, kind of concept art style. You know what I mean? Loose, nice black and white inks. Each character, Airstrike, Hydro, and Nut Job, well, that's their code names, and it'll have their real names, and it'll have a summary of who they are, and the prologue, and you know what I mean. It'll show, and it'll show, a drawing, with an illustration of each of them, basically, and then it'll have a prologue, which will kind of introduce the basic storyline, and then this will be page one, just like that. And I might put the the prologue will be in the front, and I think the character, um the what do you call that, what do you even, I don't know what the correct term is for that, but the character descriptions and everything will be in the back with some other concept art. And I might put some of the bad guys on the back cover, like their enemies, like a group shot of their enemies with the queen in the back, over all of them in the background. And I'm gonna change. The only other thing I have to do to this is I'm exchanging. And this is from someone who shot a 50 cal. Told me that 50. He saw both pages, and he said 50 cals don't go ba ba ba. He said 50 cals go do do do. That's what he told me. He said he shot a 50 cal. I guess the military was recruiting and had one set up in a range and everything, and he went there, when he was younger, and if you paid a certain amount of money, you were able to actually fire the 50 cal. So he did that off the top of a Humvee, and he said the 50 cals go do do do. So I'm gonna change this out with these sound effects, just small stuff, man. I probably don't even really have to do this, but I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. And ba 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 is going to be do 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 do, and then on the second page, this guy's guns are going to go ba 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 instead. You know what I mean? I'm going to change them out, or maybe they'll go blam blam blam, but I think I'm just gonna change out the ba ba ba. It'll be easier. I'll just copy and paste, copy and just erase or whatever, white, paint over that with white, whatever, and then paste, copy and paste the new sound effects over it. But there you go. Look at that. Pretty sure you should be able to see that pretty well. This is page 2, all lettered and everything. I'm gonna come in here and clean up a little bit. And I realize he's actually swinging the gun around, so I don't even really have to fix the shells, even though I didn't intend to do that. I wanted the shells to be coming out of here, but he's swinging the gun around. Actually, he's not staying in one spot, trying to hit airstrikes. So he's basically, I don't have to mess with that. It's fine. And yeah, there's all that. Pretty tight. I just, you know, pretty tight, huh? I added a little, I darkened some of these area. Uh, I added some, I'm slowly but surely adding my blacks and my detail and all that stuff. I think it's pretty tight for issue one, Anarch Angels, man. So there it is. The Anarch Angels. Pretty tight, huh? Looks pretty tight, even up close. I got it pretty large on the screen right there. Any questions? I think it's pretty awesome, man. And here I should probably uh I could do some work live, but hang on a second before I do that. I'm going to I was watching I was listening to somebody told me to listen to this video that was sent to them by a friend recently about it had mentioned a bunch of different stuff. I don't want to get into the entire video, but one of the things, and it was about a kind of a warning from a really powerful rich guy, probably a billionaire, who died recently in 2019, and some projections that he made that are coming true. You might want to check into the dude. His name is George Goldberg, I think is his name. Goldberg. Just like Google George Goldberg warns. I think it's Goldberg. Here, let me let me see. The George Goldberg? No. Oh, now I can't remember. His last name was Goldberg. It's not that important because I don't want to get all into it. So trust me, it's a real guy. He's a power. I think he's like a banker, stocks that's in the stock market. And one of the things that struck me that he was talking about was YouTube, and how the controlling class, the certain groups are using, basically certain, uh, how do you say it? Basically, certain governments are using YouTube right now they have gatekeeper channels, which makes sense to me now. Like basically, what he said struck me. It basically it confirmed like suspicions almost that I had, and how YouTube and social media is being used to basically track, tag, and bag all the basically dissenters right now. And they have these like gatekeeper channels that are there to attract Americans, and then identify all the Americans that go to these channels and subscribe to them and comment and go to their live streams. And that very soon now, that's all the track and tag, because you imagine that's I guess up to about 15 million Americans who are wide awake, that are waking other people up. They want to eliminate completely, as in kill. And basically our government's probably involved as well. And basically that are, because there's too many people waking up in there, and the people that are in all the governments, our government included, that want a world government right now, so they can do whatever they want worldwide with no borders. Basically, are using YouTube, especially, and other social networks, to track, tag, and bag everybody. Like, basically, and the difficult part is the people that don't show their face like I do. And don't, I basically, have doxed myself. But there's a lot of Americans out there who don't show their faces, don't say who they are or where they're at, and they, you know what I mean, and so they have to track. Those are the difficult ones. They have to find out their email, the email, and then connect the email to the right person. So that's taken them years, and they were just going to shut down channels and censor people, but now they're basically getting ready to go into the phase where they're going to use, he said they were going to use a flu type, illness back in 2019, before this all started. This is pretty serious stuff. This guy's like a real guy. He's not some bum on the street. This is a really rich guy that died like last year. I wish I could remember his first name. His last name's Goldberg, though. And let me see, gold. And then certain times, like now, when I have one watcher who's not saying anything, and no likes, no comments or anything, you'll hear me joke sometimes. I'll be like, oh, my CIA handlers or my FBI handlers are watching right now. And it could be true. That's the funny thing about it is, they not only censor and just have completely shut down more conservative voices like myself. They're getting ready to go into the bag phase, where they literally make about 15 million people. They're supposedly going to use power outages and pandemics and power outages and mobs and chaos to go in undercover and grab all these people out of their homes. So I guess when blackouts start in your area, if you're one of these dissenters, and especially if you have a YouTube channel, and you're not endorsed by their gatekeeper channels, then you should probably start getting worried soon. He's predicted the winter of 2020 or the winter of 2021 is what this guy said, that they were all going to do this. You might want to look into it. It's Operation. He said there's even a word for it. It's Operation. Oh God, what was it? Zypher. Here it is. Yeah, here, I think David Goldberg, I think is his name, David Goldberg. So if you want to look into something really interesting, and you're not the people that are part of what I'm talking about watching me right now, you might want, hey, Nightwalk, or Nighthawk Warrior, Nightwalker, the new vigilante, Nighthawk Warrior, there you are, man. How's page 3 for your comic? I was just showing it, and here I will show you how. Oh, page 3 is coming along really well. Here, I'll show you page 3 actually. Right there. There's the aquatic dude. And there's the guy he killed with smoke coming out of his head. This is just a rough right now. And there's all the criminals. getting ready down on the boat inside the yacht. And then this page, I might change or this panel I might change a little bit, but there he is getting ready to. This guy right here, he's got long hair. I didn't put any details on him yet, but he's got like a cybernetic arm and all that. But yeah, so there it is, right there, page 3. And the cover and page 1 and page 2 look phenomenal. Yeah, and if you have any questions whatsoever, as far as like, I'll sit here and draw dynamic stick figure poses, and you can just draw along with me, like I'll literally do it live. Or if you have any questions on how to draw anything, but like I'm basically trying to tell all these young and up and coming artists. And I know if you really, 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 really want to be a comic book artist, here we go. Perfect. You know what I mean? Like basically, I'll even show you. Let me just bear with me here, Nighthawk Warrior. I'm going to show you. Just bear with me a second. I'm already almost done. I'm just doing an example of something. I'm working fast. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm finishing there's 3 panels. I'm finishing panel 2. Now I'm working on panel 3. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is basically, see this page right here? See that? You want to do stuff like that. See the cylinders? See that? You can see the pose. It could be Spider-Man. It could be the Punisher. It could be anybody. I didn't flesh in any details. And there's the dead guy. Here's the dead guy on the ground. This is basically this page right here. See, basically, see like this. See this guy right here? See that? See the pose? See all these three guys right there? They're all like they look like blank Barbie dolls or something. You know what I mean? Just the shapes, just the basic shapes like cylinders, and I got a round shoulder, I got a cylindrical bicep, and then a cone shaped forearm. You know what I mean? I use cones for the forearms. I use cones for the lower leg. You know what I mean? I use tapered cylinders. You know what I mean? And then up here, basically even like that. Look at it. It's just basic shapes, no detail. I started putting a little detail on the face there. I got carried away, but I moved on quickly and then went bang right to this panel where there's the boss pulling his gun out. There's three henchmen pulling their gun out, and here's this mercenary, and he's like trying to act confident, like he's got everything under control, and he's got a big 60 cal machine gun. Yeah, over and over and over. I'm saying pages of them, pages and pages of these things. And just keep doing it, and don't think of your picture as just think of the basic pose for your picture. You know what I mean? And you want to really push things, like I got him. I have his whole head in front of his. You can't. He's bent forward. You can't even see anything. You can't see it hard. You see a little bit of his chest, and that's it. I got his head literally. It's overlapping. His head is overlapping. You know what I mean? Right up here, and then his body is behind it, and then all you can see really are his shoulders and a little bit of his pectoral, his pec guards, like the armor right there over his chest, and that's it. And I'm turning. I'm moving the camera around. You know what I mean? Showing different angles. Here's a guy from behind, and you know what I mean, and shaping everything out. No, yeah, I do have a question. When's your first issue going to be done? And what can I do to help you? You want me to help you? Rough out your first issue? You want to rough out your first issue together? I'll you know what I mean? You send me a page and that roughed out, and then the way you want it, and I won't complete it. I'll just kind of fix it a little bit, and then I'll email it right back to you, and then you can ink it or whatever, or you can do the final pencils on it and then start inking it or whatever you want to do. You just let me know whatever I can do to help you get your first issue done. That's my question. It's good to see you though. Thanks for stopping in. I'm showing people the comic book. If anybody's just joining here, I'm gonna just bear with me. I'm gonna